Hey y'all, what's up? Good morning. It's Erin here. I just got back from an outdoor boot camp. Decided to switch to some early mornings before it got too hot, but it's already over 30 degrees Celsius here, so it's gonna be a hot one. We're in the middle of this heat wave, and it is hot. I hope that you are doing great and staying hydrated and staying comfortable. Hopefully you got a little AC. If not, yeah, we're living in a dark cave right now to try and keep the cool air in. So tell me your best tips for staying cool in this heat wave. Also check out my latest post. I've got a couple popsicle and smoothsicle recipes in there to help you also stay cool and nourished and hydrated through this craziness. All right, so 3 exercises today. Because it's so hot, most of you or many of you are in a pretty hot spot right now. We're just gonna do this seated, okay? Nothing too crazy. Low power mode. Okay, nothing too crazy here, okay? So all I have is a water bottle. We're gonna do these all seated. All right, although it is good to get your circulation going, but I'm gonna give you a tip at the end for that one. One that's kind of nicer and maybe a little bit more gentle. So here we go. We're gonna start with some squats, okay? But we're gonna do a sit to stand. All right, normally I would do like a kneel to stand, but we're gonna do a sit to stand today. So I'm going to take my feet out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. So especially I like it to take a wide stance in this one. Find it it helps me with, especially with if you're worried that you're going to miss the chair as you sit back down. This is a great option. So you're sitting kind of near the middle to the edge of that chair, but you have your feet out wide. So you have the base of support. So when you're standing up, you're kind of just standing mostly straight up and back down. You have a little bit more balance and base of support, or a wider base of support. So here I'm going to pull the belly button in. Okay, pull the shoulders down and back. I'm going to hold a weight here just to add that little bit extra because we're doing a sit to stand. So I'm going to add it, tuck it in under my chin here, hold it to my chest, and I'm just going to squeeze my glutes, press my feet into the floor, and I'm going to stand up, squeezing those glutes. Knees are pressing or pointing out to about a 45 degrees, so are my toes. All right, and then when you sit back down, just take a quick look, make sure, and like I said, sit back down. Okay, so stand up and try, if you can, not to let your bum rest and relax on the chair. So keep the belly button tucked in, keep the tension, just kind of ever so slightly feel the edge of the chair and come back on up. All right, there you go. First exercise done and dusted. Second one, we're gonna come back to seated. I'm gonna throw in a nice figure 4 stretch in here too. You totally do this one while you're doing this arm movement. Okay, so get a bit of a stretch and an exercise at the same time. Why not? Okay, so this one you're gonna be holding your elbow at 90 degrees. I got my weight here. You don't need any weight if you don't need to. This is just for the rotator cuff and helping us with mobility. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, maintaining the 90-degree bend in that arm, I'm just going to take my arm up to the side. So elbow comes up to 90 degrees. So I'm not going way up here, I'm not trying to fly it out. As soon as we get up here, we start to take it into our traps muscles and neck muscles. We don't really want to do that. We want to keep that into the shoulder here, okay, and rotator cuff muscles. So here we're coming up, and then I'm going to rotate that arm up and making a 90-degree bend. Hands are pointing straight up to the sky. Some of you, if you can only get to here, I'll do it from the side. If when you come up and you get to here and you have to like kind of push the chest out or like move the rest of your body in order to get that arm all the way to the side. See how I did that? It's very subtle, but how I did that, that means that I don't have that mobility in my shoulder, and I should just stop before I start recruiting the rest of my body. So again, from the side, it's coming out to shoulder height, rotating up, back down to shoulder height, and in. Okay, so it takes a little bit to get that coordination down. Again, you don't really need a lot of weight with this, especially if you have rotator cuff issues. Just really focusing in on that movement and opening up through the shoulder is really important. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna do a seated bent over row. Fly. Okay, so here I've got my feet set up. I'm on the edge of the chair. If you have low back issues, you make sure that if there's any pain that you're gonna have to modify this. Okay, so make sure that no pain in the low back. All right, if you need a modification, let me know. All right, from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hinge forward from the hips, okay, but I'm keeping my belly button pulled in and tight. This is gonna protect my low back as well as when I squeeze my glutes. We've got that nice stable support system pressing my whole foot into the floor, okay? Toes are just pointing forward. All right, from here, and you can change the angle. If you can only make it to here, that's totally okay. If you can get down a little bit lower, that's great too. So we're doing, because I only have one water bottle, I am doing it single-sided. So I'm here, I'm gonna start, okay, and my feet are about hip width apart, sorry, knees are hip width apart. I'm gonna start with it either in front, depending on how you are. If you're like way bent over, you can do it underneath, that's awesome. But it feels probably a little bit nicer either beside that front knee or in front. So we're gonna roll those shoulders back and down. My back is super flat. And then I'm going to initiate the move with those muscles between the shoulder blades. So I'm really trying to squeeze the shoulder blade in towards the spine on this one side. So showing you from an angle here. Okay, from here, hip width apart, glutes are squeezing, belly button pulled in, back stays flat. I'm gonna hinge forward. Okay, everything is still working and pumping here. And I'm gonna take my arm out to the side. I'm also doing it on the other side, but just without a weight, but you can really just do it one-sided, okay? So taking it out, I've got a soft bend in my elbow. So I'm here, okay, forward, and I'm gonna take it back, okay? If you want, you can support your upper body on your knees, but again, just make sure that you're not losing that connection with your belly and you're not losing that stability through here by just letting all the weight rest, you know, in your arm, okay? Because that's really easy to do and you kind of twist and turn and everything. So we want to keep the shoulders square. Okay, we're not opening up to the side. We're just taking those shoulders back, squeezing in between the shoulder blades, okay? If you're doing single-sided here, resting the arm and out to the side. Okay, really feeling those muscles squeezing. The whole shoulder blade from the top to the bottom is squeezing in towards that spine. Back is remaining flat, and there you go. For more core stability, again, okay, one at a time. Okay, it's a little bit harder when you're just doing one. So you don't want to swing and be pumping back and forth, okay? Nice and controlled, stop at your end range, and in. Okie dokes, guys, that's it for today, for your Get Up and Move moves. And I hope you stay cool and have a wonderful day. It's Transformation Tuesday, essentially, is what you call it. So what I'd love for you to do is to also, oh, I was going to tell you another thing. Okay, what I'd love for you to do is just take a quick look back on the week behind you. Celebrate those wins. Look at all of those little things. Even if you took one step forward and 5 steps back, take a look. What I want you to celebrate that one step forward. Even if it meant you going 5 steps back, it was 1 step forward. You have to recognize that, celebrate it. It was 1 more step forward than you were last week or the week before last, sorry. So celebrate those. And then the last tip on staying, getting your circulation going in a gentle way is, if you look it up, you can Google it, but all you really want to do is sit with your bum, or lie with, on your back with your bum against a wall. You can add a little pillow or cushion underneath your hips and butt to elevate those hips a little bit, but you're gonna have your legs raised. So resting, your legs are straight up, resting against the wall. It's gonna get the blood flowing. If you can get those hips up, the blood flows into your organs and comes back and helps you with that circulation, helps your heart out a little bit, especially in this heat. So there you go. There's your little tip, but I can't talk today. As in any other day, but guys, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for listening, and let me know if there's anything that you need.